Hello, everyone, and welcome back to some more Link to the Past Randomizer League action. We got a very fun Swordless race coming up for you between Locke and Vilxs. My name is Willard J. Bradley. I'm here with my good pal Gilgamesh. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Thank you so much for joining me.
I noticed you said that this was going to be a fun race.
Oh yeah, every Swordless is a fun race when you're not playing it.
Ah.
Every Swordless is good if you aren't playing it. If you're playing it, then it's bad. That's how it works, right?
I think so.
It just makes sense. I've seen some real stinkers, and I've played some real stinkers, and I expect this to also be a stinker.
I think proportionally, yes, you're more likely to get a stinker than not when you're playing this mode.
There's just something strange about how the items are laid out. I don't know, maybe it's... But at the same time, like, I've witnessed 7 different seeds of this mode so far this week alone, and I just haven't seen any ones that I would put in the "this was good" category. They all go in the "this was horrible."
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, man, I haven't played a ton of Swordless, to be fair, but there's a reason for that, because I know I don't like it. It's just... I want to swing my sword. I want to press the B button and swing my sword. I don't want to do nothing.
Swordless can make for some really, like, tough scenarios for sure. But at the same time, it's like... It's not really... I don't know. I think with this mode as well, because of the silver location, or the fact that bow plus silver is one item, like, if you get that really early, then you got a pretty easy game for a while.
Yeah, I mean, there are definitely ways to make it easier. Like, I don't think the difficulty is my turn off with it. I think it's just, I don't think the game's that much fun without a sword. Like, you can't dash properly, and it's just,
Yeah, I agree. Like, anytime that your boots get nerfed in this game, like, why? It's terrible. Why would you do that? That's like the best part about the game is the boots.
I mean, maybe they'll just never find boots and it won't be a problem.
Oh, God. I mean, you could wish that upon them and it wouldn't be the end of the world. I mean, this would be the mode where it's like not having boots doesn't completely stink, but you'd still probably want them. Got some money, got some hearts. Up to 4 hearts already. A lot of Ogle route for this mode.
I mean, anything that gives you a chance to get some kind of weapon or something early before you start running into enemies, I think is worth it.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, that early tree pull, like, if you get some bombs off of that, then all of a sudden you have a weapon.
Yeah,
nice.
I mean, if you get, like, an 8-pack off of Tier 1 there, you just go into the castle and do that.
Mm-hmm, for sure. Well, we're heading towards the standard northwest counterclockwise route into Kakariko. We're going to go up here, check what's at the Lumberjack, check the bush crabs.
What do we got?
There we go. All right, we have
very kind.
A weapon. I don't know if Locke didn't check the tree pull at the first time, or just really wanted more hearts again. Ooh, okay. There's also a red 20. I think that means that... I always forget what that means. Does that mean that Tier 3 tree pulls is red 20s, or is that just...
No clue.
There's something about...
Is it related? I didn't even realize that there was
It's related in some way, I think, but I might be crazy.
I usually never get enough crab drops to even have that happen.
I mean, look at that. It's just like you're at
Look at all those bombs.
It's like you're at Vegas. The machine's just shooting coins out at you.
Shield. No shield.
No shield. Not today. Well, that's our bottle vendor money, so that's good. We'll take it.
For nothing. Looking for something here. Surely Kakariko will have some sort of item.
I gotta imagine there's gonna be some goodies in there, right? But like I said, I've seen a few seeds where you get through Kakariko with literally like a glove, a flipper.
Yeah, and then it's like, okay, cool. Thanks, game.
Just a single item.
I'm gonna say, you know what? I'll be kind. I think we're gonna find a hammer here somewhere. Hammer always seems to show up early anyway, because it kind of needs to, right? Because it's your primary weapon in this mode.
You say that, but then you get these like mitts for Dark World seeds, and your hammers off some really stupid fetch quest chain. Like anything's possible here. All right, nothing going on here in Blind's Hut. We got plenty of dollars.
Cash.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, anytime you can knock out Zora on your South Shore trip is a win in my book.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say hate, but I'm always wary about doing fake flipper stuff if I don't have $500, because if I do, then I know I'm orphaning Zora forever, basically.
Yeah, or it's like, okay, I'll try and get this with Catfish at some point if I find a mirror.
Assuming I have a mirror, yeah.
Okay, first item is Ether
Yay,
Medallion.
medallions and Swordless.
And a
Yay,
book.
books.
So, medallions got super nerfed in this mode, because obviously if you have a sword, you can cast a medallion wherever and whenever you want. But in this mode, you can only cast medallions on one of the medallion tiles, like you would outside TR or outside Mire, and in this mode, specifically in Ice Palace, to get past the freezers if you don't have Fire Rod. So that was a nice little change that the devs did to make this mode more... What's the word?
Playable?
Consistent?
Beatable?
I'd say consistent with a with a regular mode.
Right. Okay. And we got Zora money, by the way.
We got blue mail too.
Oh, yay. I'm never going to complain about early blue mail.
No. You never know when the seed's gonna send you on a wild journey.
Kakariko just kind of dumping on the players here so far. You got one more check, and then that's it.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like, oh boy, book. If only I'd gone the other way, I could have checked Pedestal while I was up in Lost Woods. Oh, see a blue boomerang.
Boomerang.
It's like, book early just means, oh, do I want to dip an unbeatable desert for progression?
An unbeatable crystal desert? No.
See, I like this on Vilxs' side, just because I feel like if Kakariko is not loaded with enough items, like it's easy to just go for the blind check of Maze Race, but not going to be the case today. I wouldn't do it in this mode though.
Yeah, it depends on the mode. Like if it's like a keys mode or something.
Well, yeah, keys of course.
But normally I'll do the peak before wasting. It also depends on how many bombs I have. So going straight to Eastern here.
Bit of a divergence.
Pronounced Vilxs.
Vilxs.
Okay.
Not
thank you.
Not Vilxs. Okay, thank you. I like that. That sounds a lot more fancy. All right, 20 bucks, 10 arrows.
Locke's going for it. He wants to go into desert for potentially one check.
Do you check Agnes Cave first?
That's always the question, right? I think I probably would.
But I mean, unless it's boots, he's not going to get anything else out of this dungeon with this loadout.
This is true, yeah.
Man, I feel like how many times you just need to like buy up bombs and just go for like bomb escape or something.
It does seem to be, I mean, the few seeds of this that I have watched so far, escape does seem to have a higher density of progression than I would normally expect from an open seed.
Yeah, well, both runners in different light world dungeons. Let's see if we find anything worth a dang in here. Nice early big key in here in Eastern. And Locke's gonna pick up a nice early big key.
All right. We get one more check.
So that's good info. Desert is not boots locked in this seed.
Right. Just a 5. $5 on the torch.
So there's only one more item left in here. And this kind of works out routing-wise, because then, you know, then you can go do
And this
active
is the
escape.
item, too. That's great for Locke.
No, it had to be the...
okay, well...
Yeah, it had to be the small key, because...
Oh, yeah, because the small key can't be on Lambo, right? Search continues.
And I believe Vilxs found, what? Was that a green 20 over there?
I think so. Or
One of
it may have
the-
been a 50. I don't remember exactly what the
one of the
denomination was.
funny items in this mode that replace the swords. So every time you see a green 20, you groan, because you're like, this could have been a sword. Oh my goodness. Okay. That is a solid find. Oh, but that's also a solid find.
All right.
Okay, both runners finding really good stuff.
Unfortunately, the bow doesn't really unlock anything. I mean, it's great to have, obviously.
Well, how about that?
Okay, well, perhaps that might be worthwhile, then.
That's also all 3 items, so Vilxs heading right out of Eastern.
Yeah, that's great. You never have to go in there again.
I mean, the only
Hopefully.
downside is, like... I mean, if pet ends up being required this seed, which they can check, you know, I guess you would just grab that when you're over in the pod area at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, well, boots unlock... Well, we get the blue boomerang out of the library. But...
So Boots being in desert, I wonder if that's going to keep Vilxs away from desert for a while, because you might be thinking, okay, I don't want to go to desert until I get Boots. And now that they have gloves, they have additional checks they can make, so it's like, well, maybe they get let away from desert for a while.
Yeah. There's definitely a possibility, but I mean, if Vilxs happens to find a lamp or a fire rod, and like that suddenly becomes a beatable desert with those silvers.
That's true.
So this could work out. Looks like Locke's gonna use those boots to immediately go check what's on the pedestal.
Ooh.
Get that info early. I like it.
I don't think I would have done this personally, but I mean, I definitely understand it. Oh, he's getting more bombs too. Okay, this is...
See, this suddenly makes the play a little bit better. Grab some extra bombs while you're here. So, question in chat regarding the bow. In this particular flag set, the bow and silvers are a single item. So, once you find the bow, you have silvers immediately. As opposed to usual, what you have, like the progressive bows, or the bow and silver item, 2 separate items.
Locke decided to snag that shield along the way.
10 shots.
So, no pedestal today.
No ped. Also, looks like Vilxs is heading to continue down South Shore. So yeah, this could benefit them very well if they do find a fire source.
We haven't seen anything in South Shore yet. Now that I forgot Locke went straight to desert. So this is all new stuff.
And what's interesting is that glove also is another required piece to actually let you beat Lambolus. So, like, if you find a fire source, then you're probably heading to desert relatively soon.
With it being a crystal, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do some... Locke gonna do some bomb strats here.
The good news for Locke, aside from that bomb with the
Dude,
debate...
that elevation stuff drives me nuts sometimes.
Yeah, especially in this room. It's dumb.
Like, come on, he was right there.
Yeah, I mean, the good news for Locke is eventually he is going to get funneled into that Eastern play to get that glove and bow.
Yeah, pretty soon here, it looks like.
Yeah, because we're kind of running out of stuff. I mean, after Ice Rock Cave, we do have Logical Zora, but then it's just Escape, yeah.
Yeah. Which... Yeah, I mean, if there's no fire source here, then that's probably where Vilxs goes next.
And we got the small key out of Sank and 3 items in the back, so there's only going to be, what, 3 more items in the front? Oh.
Yeah. Oh,
well, there's the mitts.
Oh.
So, well, see you, Locke. It just dashes right down the hole. So that's interesting. And Locke definitely going to set up for the water walk, because he can get Zora, he can get Hobo, he can get waterfall chests.
Yeah.
And, I mean, unless Like, I think right now the worst thing that could happen for Locke would be doing escape and finding both Hammer and Moon Pearl.
Yeah, that would be rough. Because who's going to go into Pendant Eastern looking for a bow?
Exactly. Ooh, Canis Maria.
How about that?
That's pretty good. We know we're going to need it regardless, because 2 of her pendants are in the light world, so at least Meyer or TR is going to be a crystal. Oh no!
Oh no!
Literally the worst thing that could happen.
It's gonna remain a mystery for now.
Yeah. Alright, Hobo just holding $20. I know when I'm going for Waterfall and I don't have Moon Pearl, I will often menu or pause just to see if I'm 1 piece of heart away.
Yep.
And then I'll usually be like, okay, well, let's go Hobo first, just in case he gives me the piece of heart. But that's funny.
Well, we'll find out what's in that other one here. Probably. Well, actually, actually.
No, this is just Zora, because
they're probably on the same. Oh, because
oh, there's the Moon Pearl.
Interesting. So this is gonna push Vilxs into the Dark World now, which walking around without boots.
Yeah, that is a good point. That was a little scary. Vilxs was very close to running into that crab, and this was, it's the fake flipper where if you get hit, it tries to put you back where you first jumped into the water, which would have been at Hobo. So that would have been like a 2-minute wait, potentially.
Yeah, and on Locke's side, Locke kind of wants to avoid finding the hammer, but I think he's probably going to avoid finding the hammer here for now, unless it's in the front of escape and he does that before Eastern.
Mm-hmm. Well, the seed has certainly proven to be interesting. Because, I mean, now at this point, you really probably... I don't see Vilxs going for desert without a fire source.
No way.
So, as long as a fire source isn't locked behind the boots, which at this point would only be, what? King's Tomb? Which we do have access to, eventually?
I think that's the only one, yeah.
Here's a good, interesting point that we might see Locke go for the Eastern play here.
I think if you're heading over here, you're going to go in
Well,
Eastern.
He also still doesn't have Dark World access, so...
Right.
His options are pretty limited.
Yeah, it's that or do front of escape with 6 bombs.
Did you see what green pendant was?
You can do. No, I missed that. Vilxs going to take a peek at Pedestal as well before heading into the Dark World.
Chat is informing me that it is TR. Thank you very much.
All right, so this is good news for Locke. Locke's going to have boots, silvers, Dark World access. Pretty good for roughly 20 minutes in.
Yeah, this is actually one of the nicer starts to one of these seeds. I mean, we don't have Hammer yet.
Yeah, so, that's the real question now, is where is that Hammer?
And, man, I've seen these Dark World with Mitts seeds turn into real... Where's Waldo trying to find that dang hammer, so... Yeah, not having the boots is going to be a little detrimental for Vilxs for a while.
Yeah, unless... I mean, I'm trying to think of like what the best case scenario is here. Finding a fire and a mirror in like Vu or something like that, and then you can just route Desert in at the bottom of the the Dark World.
If you could do like a Bombos into Desert kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think remind me. But you need the hammer to check the tablets, right?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be equivalent to like having the Master Sword to check tablets. The contrary to that is you don't need a hammer to use a medallion.
Right, and we have Pod and Ice Palace being our red crystals.
Awesome.
Locke about to get good news here.
heading straight into Skull Woods early. I mean, yes, we're in the Dark World, but what can we do in here? What dungeons can we clear in here? There really aren't that many.
0?
Oh no! Just barely got grabbed there. Let's see if Locke checks Graveyard or King's Tomb real quick before heading over to the Dark World.
I would think.
We do see that the Gyptos are in the good prize pack, so that's nice. Good stuff. Yeah, we have 2 anime characters as our sprites today.
Is Vivian anime? I guess she is.
Ooh, Quake Medallion, alright.
Quack.
Might need that for one of our pendant dungeons.
Maybe.
One of our late dungeons.
Yeah, Myra's the only one we hopefully need to go into, so 2 out of 3 of the medallions. Looking pretty good for having Myra access.
So what is the next thing we're hoping to find now?
Hammer.
Well, okay, yeah, Hammer would be good. That let us go do all of Thieves Town.
I'd also like to find a mirror, I think, because that would make a lot of this routing a lot cleaner.
Yeah, man, every time you go to Village of Outcasts without the mirror, it's like, please no. Hammer would also send us back over to, I mean, we could clear Pod, be a little hard without a fire source, but it is doable. And gotta give advantage to Locke right now, just having them boots. Boots speeding things up.
Find a fire rod, we can fake flipper into ice.
Ooh.
Or we don't even need to fake flipper.
We got real flippers. Wow, really nice find out of Skull Woods. Both items
I'm not gonna pass that up. By the way,
items.
sword number 2 in the chess game there.
By the way, we are Fire Rod or Bombos away from Ice Palace tip.
Yeah. That's so we can get our hammer in nice.
Yeah. That's why you're definitely as well. You're hoping for that mirror, so that you can go pick up that Cane of Samaria on the island.
Well, Locke getting a Cane of Burna instead.
Cane of Burn is good. That actually lets us beat blind.
That's true. Yeah, Thief's Sound is beatable now, especially with that half magic. That makes it even better.
Seed is, aside from the late-ish hammer, the seed is turning out to be pretty nice.
The Go Beat Blind starter kit in Village of Outcasts.
So, like we were saying before, like boots definitely nerfed in this mode because you can't dash through enemies, no sword.
Yeah.
It does really play a part, I think, in overworld routing where there are less enemies in the way.
But,
so
like Thief's Town, for example, a lot harder to hit your dash lines.
Mm-hmm. There are definitely still moments where you can take advantage with this, but yeah, like we're not gonna be dashing through. Well, I mean, we could burn a dash through the Hellway. That works.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Burn a dash is good.
Locke getting beat up a little bit here.
And getting bunnied. It looks like Vilxs is not going to go for the Thief's Town play for now.
I guess doesn't want to do it without the hammer, I suppose.
Yeah. We also did get what?
3 dungeon items in the front.
Oh,
yeah.
Locke's not interested either.
I don't know. So the weird, I think this came up with the last race you restreamed the other day, but I mean the small key was in the front, which puts all those chests in the back in logic, even without the hammer.
Mm-hmm.
So I know people don't like to leave that check orphaned, but man,
I could see this being.
I have a hard time leaving it.
Yeah, same. I mean, I could see this being both runners might go for like Mirrorless Smith and then go back and do Thieves Town because like it's happened a few times where like I do Thieves Town and then end up leaving an item in the big chest and then I find the hammer in Hype Cave and I'm like, come on, bro. So this would be a decent setup.
Chest.
There's never, except when you have 3 dungeon items in the front, then maybe. Nah. So Locke, boots in hand, Vilxs, flippers in hand and or on feet. Does Vivian have feet? It's kind of just like a wisp, a tail of sorts. Ooh, there's the lamp.
Uh-oh.
Now,
So yeah,
but
with
now,
the slippers, Vilxs can like wrap around and go to the pyramid and catfish if they so choose.
trade your frog in for a monkey as
Yeah.
well. The thing is, like, I'm sure wanting to go with that lamp in hand, wanting to maybe wanting to go to desert, but can't go to desert because you got a frog with you.
Lousy frog.
You gotta get rid of the frog. This isn't entrance shuffle where you can take the frog indoors.
I forget that sometimes, and I have definitely tried to, for example, go into a dungeon and he's like, no! Not this time, buddy.
Not today. Maybe we'll find a mirror over here. Heart piece, nice refill, 5 buckaroos, fire shield, another heart piece. Okay.
Alright, just gonna save and quit out of there. So yeah, it's kind of looking like, well, I mean, that lamp now gives us logical mountain. Well, it's only for 2 checks, so mountain's kind of whatever.
Yeah.
So
No,
back of Thieves' Counter pod, it seems like.
The pod without hammer.
I know.
Uh,
You're preaching to the choir here, but
these options are not good.
yeah.
Oh, I wonder if Locke picks up that boomerang just to be able to check stun prizes. Come on, Locke, do it. It'll be funny.
I'd probably snag that. Yeah, boomerang's pretty helpful in this mode, honestly.
I forget when you throw a boomerang, you don't. Does your character stop like briefly to do it?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, very briefly. Just
Yes?
a buck. You sound uncertain.
I am, but it doesn't matter because Locke decided not to pick it up. So.
Okay. Well, where are we off to then? What's next?
Well, gonna head back into the Dark World and maybe bite the Thieves' Town bullet? Because Vilxs didn't even check the first 4, right?
No, I don't believe so. That was just Locke. But it looks like they're both gonna head into Thieves' Town at this point. Or maybe Locke will go into Skullwoods. I don't know. This is like, once again, the less like one of the worst parts about Dark World Access with Myths is then immediately getting the flippers, because you're like, great, now I can go to Catfish or Pyramid or Pod.
Let's just see that that fire rod and really make them sweat.
I mean, at least that would give us a beatable dungeon at Skullwoods, but
oh yeah, I guess with half magic, yeah, beating boss would be that bad.
yeah, we also have 2 bottles. If we really, I think the bottles were, one's empty and one has a bee in it, I think.
I believe that's the case.
Yeah, we got both of them.
Bee-bot strats. There we go.
Oh, there you go. The strat that is never recommended. Oh yeah, that's another thing to think about. The flippers do open up that one waterfall chest that we didn't see.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine if there was like fire rod in there or something?
I sure could.
Could have just done Skullwoods in one go.
Alright, so yeah, we're getting the back of Thieves' Town here from Vilxs. With Locke being up here, I wouldn't be surprised if Locke does it as well after this Skullwoods play.
Obviously, without Burna, would be a bad play, but with Burna, this is a fine play.
I guess the other option for Locke after he finds these flippers, though, is he could just dash across north and hop over towards Catfish and then dip in a pod from that direction.
I don't know if either runner spotted what was on like Bumper Ledge. You know, you can run over, check that, and then keep going over, go to Catfish.
Right.
But gonna save some time with this right side route in Skullwoods. Get that flippers. Well, for the most part, our runners are both kind of tied up. The only big difference is Locke having those booties.
That is a big difference.
That is a big difference, but I don't know. I don't know if it's really showed itself as that big of a difference so far.
Yeah, not yet. It depends on how long it takes Vilxs to get down there. Like, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
the lead does grow over time as
Mm-hmm.
one player has the boots and the other one doesn't, but so far it hasn't made a huge impact. It looks like nothing on bumper ledge. But yeah, looks like Locke is going for the North Dark World routing here.
Yeah, this could be a pretty decisive moment in this race if Locke happens, if either of them happen to find something good.
Yeah.
In these checks. I mean, we're looking for that hammer. Mir would open up some possible options, less ideal options. You at this point, you just want to see that hammer and nothing else. Give me hammer.
I want to see a sword.
Well, we're not. It's not going to happen. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you.
I believe hard enough. All right, catfish. Nope, that's not the right direction.
Catfish has $20.
$10. No, $20. That's I can count.
Maiden Cell had a herpes. So
Pod?
wait, I thought we saw the small key in the front. Maybe we didn't.
Vilxs might have ignored getting the one at the top here, knowing that they couldn't get the big chest.
Oh, perhaps.
Which I think is a little dangerous to do, because if you find the hammer down
Oh
there...
yeah,
you
well
can't
yeah,
check
there's
it, but...
there's the small key right there, so yeah, that
Yeah.
explains it. I mean, all they'd have to do is what? Get the attic chest, which is fine because you have to hit the switch anyway. So I really, I mean, the only way that would backfire is if the hammer ended up being. Can the hammer be in the attic? I don't remember.
I think so.
I don't. No.
No.
Yeah, yeah. I think so.
Key logic is impossible.
Yeah.
Line's got bombs, so yeah, nothing in thieves. Although I do think that was all 4 items, so
Yeah, I think so as well. So
that is good. But yeah, looking like pod's probably the answer here.
Pod, that one chest in Waterfall Cave.
Oh. Well, Vilxs hasn't done the Zora area stuff yet, right? Or did they?
They did. I remember they fake flippered. They did
Oh, so they
Hobo
couldn't
and then
check Waterfall
Zora.
Cave at all. Right. Ooh, getting all the purple chests here.
Yeah, it could still be purple chest. And this works out for Vilxs going to do this right in a desert, so gonna get them boots.
Oh yeah, that'll be good for them.
I believe we got. Yeah, it was a blue rupee on the torch in desert, and then boots are on the right side.
Yes.
And Vilxs, though, not having boots this entire time for 30 minutes, we'll get to single dip desert, so it gets to save some time there.
Ah, yes, with the lamp, yeah. That'd be nice.
There's our Ice Palace entry.
Well, you need hammer, right? To use the
No.
medallion?
Nope.
Oh, you don't at all?
Nope.
Oh. Well then, okay.
Not for medallions. You just need to be standing on the tile, that's all.
Vilxs picking up that mirror shield.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Very good stuff. Oh boy. Well, I mean, in Locke's mind, it's like, okay, well, I knew that this had to be the next step, because obviously, even if Ice Palace ends up having the hammer, I have no way of getting there until now, so... Kind of works out in the end.
With all the items we've gotten so far, it does kind of feel like Ice Palace is calling a bit, but obviously you're gonna keep checking in pod while you're here, hoping to find something else.
The bailout. Stocking up on arrows. Ooh, gotta be careful. It's not a spot that you want to die at. Locke.
I don't think that's... Okay. Oh, no!
Gosh, that happened to me once. I was trying to death warp there, and I dropped a bomb, and then tried to open the chest, but picked up the bomb and blew myself
I
up.
saw that clip. It was very funny.
It was very funny. Oh yeah, that's true. We do still have a couple checks up Death Mountain that we can do.
Yeah, it's just Old Man and inside Spec Rock at this point. But yeah, I mean, hey, Old Man could be holding a hammer. Who knows?
I'd probably pick that over Ice Palace if I'm Locke in this situation. Is that a 5-key front again?
No, I don't think so, because we'd have 3 right now if that was the case, right?
Oh, okay. I didn't see what we got. What, Bombos, and I don't know what the other one was. Oh, unless still needs to. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Didn't.
Okay, no. That was the last item. All right.
Technically a 5-key, but one of them was big.
Vilxs just gonna go kill Lamels first, hoping that's where the second item is. Which is fine.
No. Yeah, I mean, I definitely understand doing this play. It's just the actual worst possible item for them is the other one in Desert right now.
Yeah. Locke having a little bit of trouble with that hammer jump. Gonna try again. Take 2. My hammer jump has gotten so bad lately. Like, I think the problem for me though is that the rubbers on my controller, like the pause select button, are wearing out. That I have to press so hard to get it to work. So pause buffering is just not really a good option anymore.
Yeah.
So
I gotta replace mine soon too. I've been hesitant to do it because the screws on my controller are starting to strip.
Oh,
so I don't want to open it until I ordered some new screws that hopefully will fit. So once I get them, I will make an attempt. But yeah, it's been probably like 6 plus 8 months or so since I've replaced mine.
I've done like some Frankensteining, but one of my controllers has strip screws, and I can't crack it open, unfortunately.
Ugh.
I don't
so
think
that
it's
was
here.
A red pod, so
I
it's
mean,
up obviously the mountain Ice Palace is the play.
Ice, yeah.
I'm really thinking, I don't know, it looks like that's what Locke's going for.
Just gonna immediately... Well, we haven't seen Front of Escape yet either, right?
You know what? You're right, we have not.
So, this is Locke just like... Well, he still has flipper checks to do, so Hobo, Waterfall, right?
Yeah.
So there's still... He's hoping for that bailout.
Boy, how bad is it gonna feel if the hammer's just sitting there in Zelda's cell or something?
Oh, that'd be pretty rough. Okay, Vilxs about to get their boots! Yay! Now what? Where are you gonna go next?
I could see Bonk Rocks.
Yeah, Bonk Rocks up the mountain. I could definitely see that.
Seems reasonable. Before committing
to
pod.
King's Tomb Bonk Rocks up the mountain.
Yes, that would be the correct way to do it.
Locke's gonna follow that Bombos that he picked up out of the first chest of pod. If this game actually requires you to dip pod for Bombos to go to Ice Palace for your hammer, then I'm standing by.
That all seeds are terrible.
Swordless seeds are bad. Not a good Swordless seed exists.
Give a check with the bottle refills on the ferry here too. We didn't see that the first time.
Oh yeah, that's true. All right, Locke. Let's see what you missed. Okay, just some bombs.
All right, give us something good, Fairy.
If Hammer was there, that would feel so bad.
Fairy's not bad. So let's save and quit. Looks like Locke is actually going to dodge ice. So yeah, up the mountain for Locke here.
It's a bit of an interesting choice because he's right there. I mean, he just has to transition Whirlpool and then go.
Right.
But at the same time, I guess not wanting to double down on a potentially bad or useless pod dip. So it's understandable.
Yeah. Exhaust all your other options first. And, this gets you the save and quit point. It's not like doing this is a huge time sink because you're gonna have to
Right.
come up here at some point anyway.
Oh yeah, did Locke still? I'm sorry, Locke still hasn't gone. There's a 2 crystal difference right now. I just realized that.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh no! Oh, he was holding
man.
out on us the whole time.
Getting hookshot this late feels so bad because hookshot is such a good weapon to use in this mode. Because, it'll
Oh,
kill a lot of enemies, it'll stun most
hear
other
me out.
enemies.
This is even better for Ice now because if Ice's hookshot locked, we can go farther in.
Oh, baby. Now you're speaking my language. What's interesting here is now we can full clear all of East Death Mountain at this point. So that just opened up a ton of the game.
Yep. Surely there must be some sort of progression over here.
There's just gotta be.
Because we already know where Arcane is. So yeah, we're looking for what? Mirror, Fire Rod, Flute?
Mirror, Fire Rod. Well, yeah, that sounds about right. We've already seen where all our medallions are.
And hopefully... Oh, well, there's the hammer.
There it is.
And hopefully Bugnet, if we can find that along the way.
Yes, please give these runners Bugnet. Agatu is so bad without it. So that's definitely feels bad for Locke. After just going to Pod, but... Probably feeling good that he didn't go into Ice Palace at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Shovel. Ugh.
Nice.
Nice.
So do you check Hera while you're up here?
Ooh. If you're Locke, I'd say yes.
Because that hammer, I mean, that's a bunch of completable dungeons now, right? I mean, Vilxs can complete Pod, can complete Ice Palace.
Yeah, what? As long as Vilxs says it in that order, then yes.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a tough call. Just a hard piece up there.
Looks like the answer is yes.
Yeah,
plus you can check the Ether Tablet while you're over here, too.
I guess that also means we have Spike Cave as well.
Ew.
So the big difference between these 2 runners right now is just that Locke dipped Desert early, got the boots, so has had boots for like 30 minutes more than Vilxs. Just hasn't been back to kill Lamels and hasn't done the back of Thieves Town. So
yeah, Vilxs has avoided any double dips of dungeons so far. Well, other than Skullwoods, but we don't really count that.
Yeah. But, that's gonna pay off.
Yay, basement!
Yahoo! Yeah, I would not. With one item in hand already, I would immediately go upstairs. Yeah. Oh, Vilxs bailing.
Interesting. Oh man, doing the hook speed off of that is always dangerous.
Did Vilxs even get the? I think they just grabbed the one item and left.
Yeah,
I don't think they got the chest in the back.
I mean, that's enough information to know, right? Because you know that it has to be a key of some sort. So you're like, well, do I want to climb for the other item? Like, ahead of time.
Question, Chad. Do we know if anything is in the TT big chest? I believe it was a dungeon item.
It's just the compass.
Yeah. Bugnet.
Oh, there it is.
Bugnet. The one time I get excited about Bugnet is in this mode.
This is what Swordless does to a person.
And Locke.
So our last item is in the big chest.
In the big chest. Which I imagine we won't be seeing from either runner until... Where did that dead rock go?
It just disappeared.
It
just went inside.
Oh, okay. But now where did it go?
Wait, did Vilxs not check Paradox Cave? What is happening?
They did. They went through Paradox Cave.
Oh, we did it first. Okay.
Yeah.
I got very confused.
Very confused?
Very confused. Alright, let's open Turtle Rock and find... No, we can't find Samaria because we know where Samaria is. Alright, I'll stop trying to be mean.
Did you cut it out? The heck is wrong with you?
We can't open Turtle Rock now.
I'm gonna go ahead and open it. I mean, at
This
this point, you're hoping...
really going to be in there. I mean, I guess Mirror...
Oh, there's the mirror.
Mirror cannot be in Turtle Rock.
Okay, so we are... That gets us Samaria, which does open up, like, the first chest of tier.
Swamp Palace, anyone?
We got Swamp. We could go back to Ice if you're Locke.
Yeah, I mean, off the mountain here, Pod, Swamp, Ice, all completable dungeons now.
Mm-hmm. There's our third bottle with a bug in it.
I feel like I've had a very high concentration of bees in bottles recently. I mean, I know this is just confirmation bias, but I ran, for the Kabuki tournament, I ran a doubleheader the other night, and I think six of the eight bottles that I obtained in those 2 games had bees in them.
Oh no, it's a lot of bees. Okay, so this is interesting. Locke is probably skipping out on Spiral Cave forever, so not going to be getting that bug net.
Brutal.
And this is the mode where you really want that bug net, because Agatu really stinks. Like, it's the difference between having like a 4 cycle versus having a 10 cycle.
Yeah, and potentially, you know, dying on Aga, because that is 100% possible with the Hammer Aga. Does get a boomerang, which, you know,
yeah,
okay.
All right.
But yeah, I think Vilxs' routing of the mountain was a little more thorough, doing both spiral plus spike with the extra climb.
So I'm guessing Locke might be going for, or if he's going to backtrack to go do Swamp into Ice? Swamp, Samaria, Ice.
Yeah, I think I'd probably do Swamp here.
This is going to be Thieves Town then. Thieves Town, Purple Chest, Bombos Tablet.
And then Swamp, yeah, okay.
Yeah, just be thorough. I mean, I'm sure Locke is like worried that he left something super valuable in the back of Thieves, maybe.
Because Vilxs also going into this portal, so
Hammer
they're gonna
pegs?
check the rest of Smith Chain and then Graveyard Ledge, maybe?
Well, all right. So it might be Hammer Pigs, it might be Graveyard Ledge.
Graveyard Ledge first, and then just go south, fit K45 into Swamp.
Yeah, kind of interesting with Swamp sitting right there. I kind of expected them to go straight for Swamp Palace, but not wanting to isolate any locations.
If I can complete a dungeon, I'm gonna go complete it kind of guy. So that would be my play.
I mean, they know that they're like at a minimum 2 items from Go Mode: Fire Rod, Flute.
Fire Rod and Flute.
They know where Samaria is, so. Just 10 arrows.
And obviously, we know where Bombos is.
Mm-hmm.
Vilxs doesn't yet, but we'll find it along the way. Also, with Pod and Ice both completable now, that also does unlock Pyramid Fairy.
Oh, interesting. So this is an interesting point. Locke's right now doing some catch-up, since we've already seen this on Vilxs' side, so this is going to be interesting to see how this balances out.
Yeah, this is where Locke is going to lose some time here. I'm happy to do these cleanups.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe Vilxs goes north here, Catfish, and then down to Pod that way, the way Locke did earlier.
Yeah, because that also gets them Waterfall Fairy, which I don't believe they did not do.
Ah, right.
So, just trying to play it safe. I can't imagine going for... I would assume after Waterfall, you would just go to Pod next, probably.
Well, maybe you do Portal and do Ice first? Oh, well, Vilxs can't, because they don't have the Fire Source. So, yeah.
I mean, when you're just a fire source away from being able to do Pyramid Fairy, I would assume that they would hold off on checking Pyramid until they can do it in combination.
Yeah.
At least that's what I'd be thinking. Like, I got beatable. I could go beat Swamp. I can go beat Pod. Maybe I'll find my Fire Rod.
Give me them crystals. I mean,
Give me
obviously,
them crystals.
we'll find Fire Rod in Ice Palace because that's the funny, right?
That's the fun. Yeah. I just can't believe the game was nice enough to leave a Samaria waiting for you outside Ice Palace.
Yeah, right? Don't have to worry about bomb jumping or any of that nonsense.
No.
It's just like, here it is. Oh, unless the mirror was an Ice Palace, but it's not. No.
And now we're just kind of hoping that Flute shows up, because then Fire Rod can't be our go mode.
Yeah.
Then Fire Rod. Oh, there was an item in the big chest of thieves. Okay, I take it back.
Fire Rod being go mode would be better, right? Because that's less of a chance that you have to do something annoying like go to Laser Bridge and TR for your go mode item.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So, Vilxs just leaving one item behind in Thieves Town. Can't imagine that they'll ever go back there.
No, when you make that play, you're just assuming that's going to be your last location. B, please, calm down.
Get out of here. Back into the Dark World. Okay.
Yeah, probably just down the pod, right?
I don't think this is faster than just, like, starting at Link's house, though.
I don't think it is either, but... I mean, if they really want to check Pyramid first, this works as well.
Unless maybe they want to go buy... well, no, they just stocked up on fairies, so I can't imagine they want to go buy a potion here.
Yeah, because from their point of view, what do they need magic for at this point? Like, because they don't have Ice Palace
Right.
access, so...
Alright. Gonna go check the pyramid. We still have Front of Escape, too, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what this is, right? You can
Could
view
be.
here and do Front of Escape.
I feel like rushing
I
Crystal
wouldn't do it at
Dungeons...
this point. Yeah, I think, yeah, if you've left it this long, you just say, nah, I'm good.
I think both runners have just, like, wrote off Front of Escape entirely.
And that flute's just right there.
It's just sitting right there in the map chest. Come on now.
Alright, so we'll be able to do a clean sweep of pod here first time, so.
I don't remember if Helma has an item or not.
I feel like probably, because it seemed like we got, like, nothing in pod.
Other than the bombos to get
Yeah.
into ice, but... Yeah, at this point, routing-wise, I mean, you do pod, you do swamp, you grab Samaria, you go into Ice Palace, you get a mushroom.
Oh, yay!
If you're Locke.
Mushroom without a flute, everyone's favorite.
It's a good time. What are you talking about? Locke being a good companion and not ditching the chest at all. Does Locke not know about that? Where you can
I don't know.
guess not.
I would say goodbye, chest.
Yeah, like you could have left it right after you finished
After
K45.
45.
Mm. Oh. Right, that's where the mirror shield was.
Sure was.
Okay, this is a big moment.
Yeah,
Though
we haven't seen this yet.
I do feel like Vilxs would check this before going into Swamp, or potentially. But what do we got? $300?
300 bucks. Nice.
Yeah, there's really no reason to go beat Desert now and just hold off and do it with Meyer
Yeah,
later.
you know there's nothing in there. There's no point. So yeah, just go in a swamp and hope we find our flute here. Or don't go in a swamp.
But
does Locke just really want to get Samaria first? I mean,
I mean, diver, like, if you don't know bomb diver
Bomb.
down, it's not that big of a time loss. Or maybe he just really wants to do ice.
Does anybody really want to do ice?
I mean,
so I actually I can see the value in this, right? Because ice with Samaria is very, very fast, and if we if you happen to find both Fire Rod and Flute in here, you get the Go Mode Swamp, which is definitely a benefit, right?
It just feels weird because he was right next to Swamp.
Yeah, it's a little awkward, but I can see the reasoning.
Losing time. No, you gotta stand on the tile. Maybe he wants to do ice into pod, into swamp, into pyramid fairy, into Ganon's castle, into Ganon's kitchen, into Ganon's fridge. For that sandwich.
A sandwich. Ooh.
Or taco. It's a hot taco time. It's always taco time.
I'd go for a taco right now, honestly.
I could go for big meaty sandwich. Alright, what do we got in Ice Palace? Small key! Oh my gosh, that's super hype. Into GTG into Wet Dry World. Wait a minute. Could you imagine playing SM64 and you like hop into a painting and all of a sudden it warps you to a different game entirely?
That'd be great.
I'd play that. Until it turns
into Zooter. Do more rando mashups.
Until it turns into Zooter and then I turn
Hear
it
me
off.
out. Banjo Kazooter.
Uh-huh. You go to Spiral Mountain and all of a sudden you're in Spiral Cave?
Yeah.
Whoa! I'm listening. Confirmation from chat that Helma does have a juicy item. Maybe it's a sandwich. Maybe it's a big meaty sandwich.
A big juicy sandwich.
Listen, I didn't get a chance to eat my lunch yet.
Yeah, I haven't eaten anything since breakfast either, so I'm with you.
Peanut butter granola bar, and I'm working on my second cup of coffee. So
I got some stuff to be heated up in the fridge after this.
Ooh, I got leftover lasagna, but that's for later.
Your lasagna cake?
My lasagna. What in the hell are you talking about? While we're going through these dungeons, just want to take a moment to give a shout out to both these runners for letting me restream their race. I appreciate it very much. Go check out their meaty sandwich. Their streams. Go support them any way you see fit. Go tell them they're really pretty. Pretty good at randomizer.
And sandwiches.
And sandwiches.
Ice Palace doesn't look like it had a whole lot, so I would have gotten wrecked this seed, because I think I would have come here earlier.
Before the mountain?
I might have. If I was feeling spicy. And that's why I'm not playing Swordless this week.
Oh yeah, I see. I'm trying to decide how much more I want to gear up for my Saturday race. I think I'd rather just spend the time like grinding out boss fights than actually playing a seed.
That's probably honestly that's probably a better use of the time.
In fact, I'd rather start practicing Pseudo Boots cross keys for week 6 instead.
I was gonna do one of those tonight, and then I decided to do this instead.
Haha! I have tricked you into experiencing more Swordless on your week off.
Oh, I got fooled.
Get got. Alright, this is going to be a bit of a tricky fight without Fire Rod. It's literally just you and your trusty old hammer.
Oops. And they're out of control already. Well, we got a fairy, at least one on Locke's side.
Okay, that's good. I'm just waiting for Cold's here to drop that Fire Rod. Double bosses on each side, but definitely Vilxs with the easier boss.
Yeah, Helma with silver is a little bit easier than Cold's.
Red. Just some bombs.
Alright, I think Locke only had the one fairy, so it does need to be a little more careful here now. Locke deciding to not be more careful and just go and...
You gotta take advantage of those iframes.
Iframes?
invincibility sandwich frames.
Oh, I see.
Oh no, not because I.
No, I was
lost.
making. Yeah, I
Get
should
out of here,
probably pay
Gilgamesh.
for that, but
Get out of here. All right, well, 2 crystals for each. Well, split between each runner. Each runner getting crystals, but not finding progression. So it's looking like a Swamp Palace dive, simultaneous
No,
swamp.
chat. We will never hit the front of escape.
No, front of escape is it's become the catfish of the sea. Oh, okay.
So Vilxs just doing the exact same thing Locke did.
Nobody wants to go to swamp. Why? I mean, if we were 1 item from go, sure. But 2 items from go?
Everyone wants to try to avoid left side swamp. Which, I mean, listen, you could still avoid left side swamp even if you went in earlier.
Listen, all this tells me is that neither of these two are comfortable with bomb diver down. That's it.
I finally learned how to do that about a week or two ago. It really wasn't that hard.
The new setup is useless because we don't have a sword.
I don't like that new setup, honestly.
I don't like
think that's easier.
As much.
But also, it's probably because doing diagonal inputs is impossible, so...
Yeah, well, that's what the spin... You, like, spin to set up the diagonal, but you could also do, like, a pause buffer, and it works just the same. But...
The original methods work fine.
I think it's cool that they found a setup that doesn't require you to jump in the water to set. So that...
Yeah, no, it's definitely neat. It
dope.
has uses in other modes and stuff, but...
In the best mode, Dorando.
One of these days I'll try Dorando.
You should. They're a lot of fun.
I do want to try it. I think when Dorando was like super hot when it first came out, I was like not skilled enough to attempt that yet, so I just stayed away. But I'm at the point now where I could probably do it. I just haven't gotten around to trying it because I keep joining all these dang tournaments.
Well, knock it off.
Joining tournaments that last forever because they're double limb best of 3 brackets.
What round are you at in the Kabuki?
I am in losers round 2. I have my game 3 tomorrow.
Good luck.
Yeah, listen. If I end up losing it, not gonna be that upset.
If I had,
I do enjoy the mode. To be fair, like I do like that mode a lot, but it's been a lot of playing that mode.
I mean, if I hadn't already done an all dungeon keys tourney earlier this year, I would have considered it. And now I probably would always do a casual boots all dungeon keys and not just all dungeon keys.
Yeah, it's way better than regular ad keys. Just having the boots from the start and knocking out the escape at the beginning and never having to worry about it is great. If it was Fad Keys Kabuki, I think I would be extremely happy with it, yeah.
Ooh, there's our fire rod.
Well, not the one you wanted to find first, but...
Not at all, because now TR is definitely up for grabs.
I think I'd probably go straight... After finding that fire rod, I'd go straight to the back here first before doing left side.
Because we already got both items out of Skull, so that dungeon is cleared. So we're just going to be going there for a crystal. But...
oh no!
I would assume that Locke will do Pyramid Fair after this. Or no, he still has to go back and beat Pod. Yeah. Oh, that's unfortunate. If that ends up being the answer. Just want to also take a quick moment to thank everybody for hanging out and watching. I appreciate it. It's fun seeing other members of the league cheering for their friends. It's good stuff. I've been really enjoying restreaming these races. Generally, I've been restreaming races of people from my community, people that are active in my community and Discord. So, because it's fun, because I can call Locke a ding dong, and that's okay.
Exactly.
I can be super biased if I want, but no, I try not to be.
It's nice to be able to do the restreams and not necessarily have to, not that we're going crazy here, but not have to stick to the strict rules and stuff that some of the other channels require.
I don't. It's just nice being able to just do my own thing. I like it.
I'm not sure what Vilxs is doing here.
Vilxs is doing a hammer dash to set up the lineup, the pixel lineup against the the hold. But
don't you just tuck yourself into the corner there and drop the bomb? And
yeah, like if as soon as you enter, if you turn around and just hold up, it'll line you up perfectly. Like it's very easy to do that one. So hopefully they'll watch this back and know that there's a much easier method for that. Fortunately for them, they're not going to miss out on anything. So
yeah,
because they are never going back in for that.
Nope, they are orphaning all the big chests. Oh yes, the big key in everyone's favorite spot in Swamp. Actually, no, Argus is my favorite.
Yeah,
spot.
Argus is the worst. All right. Locke had a bit of struggle with Cold Stare. Let's see how Vilxs handles this. Does have, like, I think 2 fairies. Ooh, gets the initial hammer. That's good.
Is there any way to prevent that stare back and forth when you do a diver down in that room?
Where you accidentally, like, jump out of
nothing?
nothing?
It kicks you back down the stairs for one try, and then you have to go back up again?
Oh, the curse stairs?
Yeah.
If you set up a key dash at the bottom of the room...
Oh, okay.
Then it won't send you back down.
Gotcha.
Locke picking up the magic powder. So there's another lovely fetch quest.
Good to know, because I've always been curious about that.
Yeah, it was definitely something that showed up a lot. I mean, even before Diver Down. If you got a big key in the flooded room, you would go back up, check big chest. Alright, that's another crystal, and we'll probably see that Pyramid Fairy. Well, maybe we'll see Swamp
You do
first.
it after a Swamp, yeah.
Yeah.
And then you mirror and you go into front of escape. Because you want to do that first before you go to Turok.
So, Locke, after this battle, I hope we see the quick swap to silvers. Nope. Gonna go for single hammer. Oh, gosh.
I mean, how many silvers does he? Yeah, he's got 30, yeah.
Yeah, I highly recommend for anyone running this week to practice. Doesn't even take that much practice, but you hook, you quick swap to the left twice, sometimes once if you don't have a boomerang. You fire a shot, hook, quick swap back. It's very quick, it's very efficient. Only thing you have to watch out for is not over quick swapping and mirroring out by accident. But usually quick swapping is pretty, like, that's not very likely to happen unless you're freaking out and mashing.
I definitely don't know anybody who's accidentally mirrored recently.
I don't believe you. How did that even happen? They said that they mirrored after Moldorm too?
Yeah, I wasn't really watching, so I don't know exactly if they, like, just quick swapped wildly without paying attention, or went to, like, quick swap to cape or something to dash through the last room, and
or was it, like,
swap to mirror?
Quick swapping from hammer to hookshot, but then got...
My best guess was they went to quick swap to cape to do the ice Helmer room after Moldorm 2.
Uh-huh.
And instead of cape, accidentally landed on mirror, and then did it that way.
Hmm.
But
yeah, gotta watch out for that. All right, we are. Well, no, Vilxs is still, or Vilxs is still 1 crystal ahead at this point.
Yeah, checking out these awkward checks before heading to Swamp. Locke double checking the map. Not sure if just mismarked something or just trying to get a recenter.
Oh, it looks like he didn't write down what the red crystals were.
Okay,
based on his tracker that he has currently.
Gonna probably head up to pod here and clean that out now.
Yeah. I mean, it's either that or dip TR.
Or in front of escape.
Or, I mean, we might see it after Pyramid Fairy.
I think you have to do it, right? Because you don't want to clear TR when your flute just is in Zelda's Cell or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, at this point, we are just flute away from go mode. We need that. We already have... We have all the medallions, so once we can get to Meyer, we are clear for landing.
Yes.
I am still waiting to see that bug net come into play. But
Yeah, I mean, Locke's that's gonna be a rough Aga 2 for Locke, because there's basically no chance unless Locke does end up going up to TR. I could potentially see a check of Spiral up there, but it's still kind of awkward to fit in the routing.
yeah, I mean, if he finds what he's looking for, well, I mean, if he finds what, if he's in go mode, he's not gonna check Spiral.
Right, but I'm saying, I guess you could mirror, you could go up the long way, drop down through Spiral, and then hop in the portal at the bottom, and then up to TR. if you're really worried about leaving Spiral, but
yeah, I feel like at that point you just gotta play on. Spiral is kind of just one of those really awkward spots.
Or if like the flute is on green pendant after you beat TR, you can mirror and check Spiral before heading over there.
We don't even have an ice rod.
Oh well, it's in TR though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now I'm listening.
I mean, where else could it be at this point?
I don't know. Yeah, we still also have a couple fetch quests. We have that mushroom turn-in. We do have Magic Bat we can go check.
Ew.
Yeah. Late game fetch quests. Lovely.
Without a flute, even better.
Without a flute. Lovely. Yeah, Locke's gonna be through Pod and gonna be tied up in crystals, so... Well, no, he still has Desert.
Yeah, but you're not gonna do Desert at this point until you have your flute. So yeah, Locke should check Pyramid Fairy and then Front of Escape after this.
Anything to avoid the TR dip, for sure.
Maybe turn in that mushroom too, figure out how to get that in there at some point. I guess after Hyrule Castle you can dash up there, maybe?
It almost looks like Vilxs might set up for a double dip of Swamp. Go back in, check big chest, and then decide on left side or not. There is another crystal for Locke Cole Live. That is both red crystals can go do Pyramid Fairy into Castle. This is kind of like these are the type of moments where I'm like, man, I wish I had done. I wish this was like standard mode or something. Because at this point, like, like Flute is in Map Chest or in front of a Hyrule Castle, like that would completely change how this seed probably played out. Then,
oh, for sure.
Like, imagine getting it that early, like even before you got your first glove. You know, you could have gotten hook shot. A lot of shenanigans could have happened. Yeah, the downside about hookshotting Argus from below is that if you're not immediately putting out a hitbox right away, or immediately attacking, you're more than likely going to get poked by the Argy. Alright, here's another crystal.
So yeah, Vilxs will be following Locke's footsteps shortly here.
Unless they go back in. Which is possible. But they're gonna miss out on the powder.
It's fine. We have a mushroom and we have Samaria. What do we need powder?
They don't know that. Alright. Pyramid Fairy, do you have our answer?
Sword! It's just even
20 bucks.
randomized.
The answer was no. And, wow, Vilxs gonna go ahead and skip. Like, I think that's at least 2 items in Swamp, but, you know.
I think so, yeah. All right, here it is. The fabled Front of Escape.
It's
hour and 12 minutes.
Going straight for the Dark Cross. There's still a map somewhere in here, I think, so.
Yeah, that one of the 4 is a map.
You know, with Vilxs skipping left side swamp, I could also see them just go straight up the mountain after this, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. I mean, it's 2 items here, I think, right? Or 3 items.
3. That's a lot.
That is a bit. All right, Dark Cross, do you have our flute? That's a map.
No.
That feels bad. Okay, Dark World Fairy is giving you red potions. Light World Fairy gives you fairy.
I mean, sure.
I'll take it.
I mean,
that's incredible. Oh my
you know?
goodness.
So both players are going to be feeling not great right now.
Oh. I mean, at this point, I gotta say Vilxs is in the lead then. I mean, obviously because of crystal count, but...
It's super close, but yeah, I think just because they have desert completed, they're a little ahead here. But it's not really that far off. I mean, how long does a bag of desert take? Like a minute? Minute and a half?
20 years.
Yikes.
I wonder if both of them will go do Moth real quick, too. Might as well do it now, because then you'll have full health going into Misery Mire. Oh, man. I love it.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah, hey, at least we avoided Turtle Rock, right?
Yeah, that's good. Good for them. I'm happy. Like, imagine you do... Like, imagine... Because both runners did Uncle Start. You just go in and check map chest on a whim.
That's a hard call to make without any weapon at that point, though, right?
Sure.
I mean, after
speaking hypothetically, like, then all of a sudden that gets you up the mountain. You probably sequence break to get your hook shot.
This seat's probably super fast if that's the case.
Because I mean, then Bombos wasn't. We didn't need to do a bomb, like, and then I think your go mode would just be Fire Rod and Swamp, probably.
Yeah.
On the contrary, though, if you go up the mountain too soon without mitts, then you miss out on the mirror in Hookshot Cave, so...
And yeah, Locke definitely not going to get that bug net now. So, that's another advantage on Vilxs' side.
Mm-hmm. I mean, at this point, Vilxs definitely going to be first into GT, and it's going to, come down a little bit to GT routing, but for the most part, I feel like a lot of it's going to be just on execution, and it's swordless, so...
Yeah, there's no guarantees when you're climbing GT without a sword.
Alright, let's see this Hammer Moth. Oh, he's being friendly.
Was being friendly.
He was being friendly.
You know what's not friendly is the hammer hitbox.
No, never. Alright, that's a dead moth. Gonna have another dead moth on the other side here pretty soon, and then...
Yeah, Mire. Be able to go straight into Mire. Locke has to knock out Desert first. So yeah, Vilxs probably has about a minute-ish or so on Locke, I would say, overall. Could depend on Mire routing a little bit, too.
Yeah, sure. If we get, like, a cutscene chest Mire, or if we get the God Mire, if it's in one of the first two.
Well, we're in go mode, so probably not going to be a God Mire.
That's how it goes. Okay, well, Bombos then was not required at all. What a ripoff.
Never trust Pod.
It's crazy to think how close this is, despite Locke, having to double dip Pod, double dip Desert. I think those were the two bad things.
Yeah,
I mean, he did make up time.
Had the boots advantage a little bit for about half an hour or two.
Yeah, like 30 minutes of boots. Which I think in a normal seed would make a much bigger difference, but in Swordless, it made only a slight difference.
Yeah.
I really think this Bugnet's going to play the biggest part for the end of the seed.
Aga 2 should give you a Bugnet hit in this mode.
That would be, well...
And then you beat around, leave the tower, and go get
that would be useless. What are you talking? That'd be funny. You know what? There was I think it was a German tournament where they had a very interesting setup for bows. Basically, there were 2 bows in the pool, but a guaranteed silver at Moldrum 2 chest up at the top.
Oh, interesting.
So, you know, you could still get some payoff for, like, checking a location, finding an early silvers to deal with bosses, but at least you're not set to do some sort of nasty silver hunt at the end.
Right.
Which, I know this mode was trying to avoid the silvers hunt. The Ganon hint and then silvers hunt.
Yeah, that's not fun.
No,
be like,
it's
okay,
not.
Well, I have to hope that it's in a nice spot, because nobody wants to do
it sounds
to do a hammer phase 4.
It sounds fun on paper to be like, oh, we'll go to Ganon and he'll tell you where to go to get silvers, but
that doesn't sound fun on paper.
Well, I don't know. It seems kind of neat in like a casual aspect, but in like a tourney aspect, it's like
yeah. I mean, the idea that Ganon tells you where the silvers are, I think, is fun. Yes, but that's in modes where you don't necessarily need silvers to beat it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in a mode where silvers, like I don't even talk as if he can do silverless.
How about a silvers hunt from Uncle?
Because it's just so unviable. But now I'm thinking like, whoa, what if Bugnet was always at Moldrum 2? Think about it. Starting Bugnet, how about that? All right, starting Bugnet and B in a bottle. That's
casual Bugnets.
Casual Bugnets. What if your B does fire rod damage?
Tell me more.
Yo, shoutouts to Kara for putting together some of the silliest modes. Would highly recommend trying out B mode. It's good.
It's a good time.
Would not recommend bomb only mode with fast Moldorns. That was
That
was painful. Well, especially because I forgot that the bombs are remote bombs for like the first half hour.
Oh.
So I'm like sitting there waiting, getting wailed on. It was wacky though. Alright, well, no cutscene chest, so that's good. It looked like Vilxs was having a little bit of trouble getting through Mire 2. A couple execution hiccups going to give Locke a little bit of a lead coming out. Or at least... Oh, well, Locke
also,
was Locke
not for nothing. Vilxs only has 8 arrows right now.
Yeah. Nice red mail at the end. Yeah,
so how do you approach this Vitreous fight with only 8 arrows?
You just gotta... Well, the nice thing is if you stand in the goo and just wail with your hammer, you just take the goo damage, and it actually is pretty effective. You just have to be very wary of your health to make sure you don't get hit. You're more than likely not going to get hit by one of the small eyeballs, but it's still possible, so you got to be a little careful there.
So do you save 2 silvers for the big eye and then just try to hammer? Yeah. Okay.
Because if you set up right, you can just wail with like your hammer and get like maybe 3 of the small eyeballs. I don't know if I feel like they came into this dungeon with only like 10 or something, so probably missed out on grabbing the free arrows under the pot.
Yeah, they do have multiple fairies at least, so...
Yeah,
that
Berna doesn't work. Berna does fighter, sword... Oh, going for bomb strats, okay. I think they still have a fairy.
They have it 2, I think.
Yeah, and a red potion, I think.
I mean, so I guess they can do a quick flute over to Capacity Fairy and top off after this with bombs and arrows before heading up to
they
GT.
Absolutely should, yeah. Okay, there we go. Just wail. So this is actually going to be a lot closer going into GT.
Yeah, this Locke made up a decent chunk of time here on. I mean, just from having those arrows, which he is now spewing into the wall. So Locke only had 3 arrows going up to GT, which is not the number you really want. But yeah, I mean, we'll probably find some in the basement.
Yeah, it seems like Vilxs is just like hard set on saving these silvers. Oh, okay. Not gonna want to spend another.
There's enough now where
So they're gonna be tied up on silvers going up here, which is
3 silvers apiece.
Fine. You only need 2 to get into the second mimic room, which has a 5-pot. So
doesn't that one despawn though if you don't kill one of the mimics first?
No, I think. Maybe.
I forget what triggers the despawn on that exactly.
It's definitely a sprite overload if it does.
Yeah. I don't know if it has something to do with other enemies in the super tile.
I would assume it also has something to do with if you leave items on the ground in the previous screen, because that whole super tile is all combined together. Which is why when you like mimic clip the first screen, that the BMOs just don't shoot at all.
Right.
But it's like Vilxs is gonna stock up on both.
Yeah, makes sense.
I wonder if we'll see a potion grab as well. But this is definitely giving Locke some advantage here.
It looks like they still have a fairy, so I don't think you grab a potion at this point. Or you do. What do I know?
What do you know? You're not playing
I'm not
this
playing
week.
Swordless.
Exactly.
I mean, you can always snag other fairies in GT too, so it seems. I mean, you're not really going to be expending that much magic, so I don't think you really need it for the magic refill. But yeah, Locke ahead by about a mountain climb now.
Yep. Which, in my opinion, is more than enough that Vilxs can make up with the Bugnet Agatu.
Yeah, unless something goes horribly wrong.
Right.
But I mean, hey, listen, Ganon fights are also not free in Swordless, so.
Now let's see what the bot says. Where's that big key gonna be, bot?
Tell me, Willer Games, where will the big key be?
11? That's stupid. I like it. Okay, Locke going Hope Room full left.
I mean, doesn't really have much of a choice if you're going Hope Room first.
You're right.
With no key there. Oh, hey, there it is.
There's the ice
route.
Lovely.
I think he's just going to be a Stalfos room and DM route wins again.
It's called Stupid Route. Get it right.
Oh, is that the official name for it?
I don't know. It has like 3 names now. All these small keys. There's so many of them.
That's quite a few.
I feel like that means that tile room is not going to be a small key, right?
I don't know.
Clearly, that says you should
logic
go.
Works.
You should go gamble tile room. Whoop!
Whoa!
Should have got the blue one.
Out of control. I just used Samaria in these rooms.
Yeah. Oh, Locke got the second one. Don't preable him. I always have trouble with the red boomerang in the second room because it'll like hit both switches usually.
Mm-hmm.
And then I throw the boomerang and go through the door and say, haha, goodbye boomerang forever. But it doesn't work that way. It's really annoying.
No, it just keeps coming back.
Alright, well, both runners going to be doing the same route, so...
Nobody wants to pick up that ice route, huh?
I can't blame them. Locke's going to continue on this lead, so...
There's a lot of 300s in here.
There is. There's the big key. There's the last small key. Locke probably going to check all the chests upstairs, maybe looking for that bug net.
I would, for sure.
The bot was right. Wait, 1, 2...
Wait, was that really 11?
6, 7, 8, 9...
No, that was 10, right? Or am I miscounting? 1, 2,
It was the
3,
second chest
4,
in
5,
render room, right?
7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it was the second chest in render room. So, oh no, it was 11. Yeah, I forgot the fire snake room. So yeah, that was good job, Willard Games.
Wow, Wheeler Games gets all the beans. Oh yeah, we were
Ooh,
completely forgot
Vilxs
about.
doing the modified DM
Oh,
route.
the right, left, right, left. Oh no,
Yeah.
this might be full right.
That
Hopefully
would be
not.
unfortunate.
That would be really bad because I don't think a bug net's gonna make up that amount of time.
No way.
There's
Oh, another B.
another
Perfect.
B. Just what we always wanted to see.
Alright, well, they're pulling out the mirror here at least, so
Okay.
that's good.
Yeah, I
used to do that route when I first started playing, like a year ago, and then I realized that that route's kind of silly, and I stopped doing it.
Yeah, I mean, it's why I always do left first, because, like, it guarantees I will have a small key to go to Compass Room,
Right.
as opposed to going to Hope Room and hoping to find a small key. I mean, there is no good GT route, really. The best GT route is the
The one that
gets
finds you
you
the big key the fastest. Yeah.
exactly, and it changes almost every time. But yeah, this is... Honestly, Locke's just been killing it on execution, and
Yeah, that was a very good gauntlet.
Vilxs also losing a lot of time just, picking up safeties, picking up extra stuff. Which
I mean, if you're not
I think is
comfortable,
good.
like-
Yeah,
Yeah.
preparing is...
It's better than dying.
It's much better, it's better to be slow than dead in this game.
That's true. Yeah, Locke did not get the one cycle land though, so all this is invalidated.
Oh, don't say that word.
Oh, sorry.
That word's
Wait, no,
bad!
this isn't SG chat. I'm allowed to say that word.
I am the big dog here, and Big Dog says no.
One of my friends' teams is validation chest boots, and they had a fun time on SG being able to use the word validate during that.
Oh yeah, well, that's cheating the system.
Does Locke have another fairy?
I don't. He used one that he got on Cold Stare, so he might. Not.
I mean, he's got powder. Oh, but he doesn't have bug net, so he can't actually catch one up here.
No,
Well,
I think he did pick up a red potion from Pyramid Fairy, maybe.
yeah, and he'll get a top off in the next room anyway, so it should be okay.
He does have powder, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look forward to seeing this Aga 2 fight. I mean, it is doable with just hammer. It just sucks a lot of ass. Sandwich. Thank you. Donkey bits. Thank you. Oh. But yeah, at this point, I feel like Locke has just give himself enough buffer that it's not going to matter.
Yeah, no, Locke definitely has a pretty sizable lead here. This is extended to about 3-ish minutes or so.
And it was a very different story after getting go mode and heading towards the Mire Desert area.
Yeah, it looked like Vilxs was going to hit GT first.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. How many cycles is this going to take?
Almost snuck one out there.
God, it sucks so much.
So bad. Oh, nice
Oh,
double.
nice double.
That's
Yeah.
good. Thankfully, Locke does have plenty of health. I mean, each of these shots will deal a full heart of damage, even on red
Yep.
mail. Another
Ooh,
double?
Another double. Very good. This is a good setup here, too, if you can hit these. Almost.
Yeah, this is going...
This is a pretty darn good Hammer Aga fight.
Yeah.
Alright, I spoke too soon.
It's 2 zeros in a row. Especially, which is bad, because you just need one more. There we go.
Oh, okay. Got it. All things considered, that could have gone way worse.
Yeah, I mean, if Vilxs didn't do the different GT route and, maybe didn't go run off and get the safeties and stuff, but Like, I could definitely have seen that bug net play a part, but Locke, execution and a little bit of GT routing could potentially get him a win for his team.
Yeah, putting him in a good spot here. Just as long as we have a nice clean Ganon fight.
Yeah, both of these teams right now sitting at 3 and 5, which is probably not where you want to be going into week 5.
Not ideal.
If you have playoff dreams, but you know, still want to win, still want to play. Nice.
Good first phase.
Oh,
this is a pretty good spot. Well, as long as you.
Oh wow, he just
All right. Face tanked.
Just face tanked. I mean, thankfully red mail only makes it so it hurts 2 hearts. Yeah. Was that enough? It was nice.
It was. All right. Strategic damage.
Mm-hmm. There was another race I restreamed where I watched one of the runners wait until Ganon was in a more favorable position, like where he could just stand above him and just wail on him.
That's kind of how I have to do it, because I mean, again, I don't play Swordless very much, if at all. So
yeah,
the amount of times I've done Hammer Ganon is I can count on one hand, but it's tough. There's a couple spots where it's real hard to hit him.
Mm-hmm. I think the setup that Locke had for phase 2 was pretty good. Gonna get a triple here? No, a little short. 2 more to go, and Locke will take the.
Ooh, don't move! Don't move! Oh, buddy.
Okay, Locke should have this last shot.
Yeah, just gotta one more hammer. Wait for him to teleport. Oop.
We're also seeing the bug net in action on the
wrong
right
way.
side.
Okay. Yeah, bug net makes that fight
Bug
way
net
easier.
is so nice. Especially if you do the bug dashes. Like, the bug net dashes are hilarious. But yeah, get your GGs in chat. Locke gonna be the first one in the Triforce room. Gonna seal this race away. Banking on that execution to get a W first. Yeah. GGs. Let me do the funny. Yay!
Ah, there it is.
There it is.
It's just like the one he has on the game.
Wow. Who'da thunk? All right, let's see if we can get Locke in here for a little chit chat. Hey, GG's, Locke.
GG's. That was something else.
That was arguably one of the
nicer Swordless seeds you've seen, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Belgium.
I was surprised. How about that flute, though?
I'm not mad at it, because I was really thinking about doing just like the first test of high roll, but I decided not to.
Oh, like at the beginning of the entire scene.
Which, hey, I just realized the mitts weren't required to get into Dark World now. You could just take the flute up there. Huh. Wait, no. No, it's still Roger required. Never mind.
Yeah, because Lamp was in the Dark World. So Hookshot was locked behind that.
Yep. Speaking of, that mountain was stacked.
That was pretty good, Matt. What was up there? Hookshot, Hammer, Mirror in the Dark World.
Which led to Samario.
Which led to Samara, yeah.
And then which got you your Fire Rod out of Swamp.
Bugnet was up there in Spiral Cave that you didn't get.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
We were, okay. So, you actually forgot about it. Okay, we were wondering.
I forgot about it.
Because we saw you walk by to go do Spike Cave instead after you'd already been, like, into Hera.
Yeah, so my plan was, right,
mm-hmm.
What I should have done was Hera and Ether Tablet, run over, did Spiral, and then went through Dark World that way. But I just went over to Turtle Rock. I'm like, I'm opening this up. Why not? And then after I did Hookshot Cave, I just completely forgot about Spiral.
Yeah, it's an easy one to forget. Fortunately, it didn't have anything required, but might have helped you on your Aga 2 fight, which actually went
still pretty good.
It was still, like, from what I've seen, it was still, like, reasonably good.
I have to thank the 2 doubles I got. One of them with 1 hammer hit somehow, which I'm down.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know how I did it, but I'll take it.
Absolutely. towards the end, it was really interesting to see how this is going to shake up, because you still had to go beat both. You were heading to Mire area around the same time, but you still had to go back and beat Desert, and Vilxs had the bug net, so that could have been like an execution advantage there. Like, we were expecting Vilxs to be first into GT, and then depending on Big Key would have been, you know, you would have had to have really executed well to catch up there, but your execution definitely caught you up there and then some. So
I can see that now.
Yeah, Vilxs had to do a slightly modified Vitreous fight because they went into the fight with only 8 arrows, so that sapped up a little bit of the time there.
Yeah. Also, want to give a GG's to Vilxs wrapping up their seed with a pretty decent game fight as well. Real close. Definitely real close.
We'll say though, yeah, I think my execution's probably good enough for catching me up like that at that point then. Because I don't do Swordless that much, but I do it enough because the rando sucks and makes me kill a lot of bosses with just a hammer.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm used to killing pretty much everything with a hammer, with a hammer. And with Ganon, I'm used to him because I try to do Swordless, Silverless like an idiot. So
you said Gilgamesh said you did it once, maybe, or someone in chat said you had done it once, like successfully.
I did. Yes, it was during a ladder race where I was the last one to finish. So I was like, I'm gonna go for this. I don't feel like finding silvers. So I spent like 15 minutes trying to do it, and I eventually got it.
Was it worth it?
Yes.
Was it really though?
Yes.
Was it?
You know, one of those you don't win the battle, but you win the war type of thing.
Oh, okay,
Yeah. I feel satisfied because I did it silverless.
You like, it's like that meme of the guy like drinking champagne and like chewing on his medal, and he's like flaunting and showing off, and he's actually like in third place.
Exactly.
It's like that. Exactly. I didn't win, but I killed Ganon in a funny way.
Yep, that's exactly how it was.
But yeah, it was really interesting to see how it played out. You had the really early boots that Vilxs didn't get for like the first 30 minutes of the seed. And then there was a little bit of back and forth. Like, they got to one-shot Desert. They got to one-shot Pod. And then you guys both did Pyramid Fairy into First Chest Castle Tower. So very similar routing towards the end there. And then it really was just the Vidi fight. They did Hope to left to Compass to Rando in GT. That cost some time as well.
Stopped off to restock on arrows and bombs before ending up in GT2.
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, I have arrows and stuff in GT. I don't need to restock.
So
I got a really lucky arrow drop.
just those little things adding up, which is what solidified your lead. So GG's. That puts you all at 4 and 5. So fortunately, probably not going to be making playoffs, but you know, still hoping you can finish top 3, top 4, top half of your division.
I'm just gonna keep getting our team wins. That's all I'm gonna do. Someone's gotta do it, right?
Yeah. So who's showing up for game 2?
Chelsea is.
Oh.
And she's gonna have a time.
I can imagine.
Everyone who's playing Swordless this week.
What do you mean?
Neither Ben nor Chelsea like doing Swordless. I'm probably the only one who's, well versed enough to do it. But I can't do 2 races a week.
See that? You know what they should have done this week? Pilot spoiler Swordless. There you go.
Oh God.
I'm reaching here. Just try to see.
It'd be interesting. That's for sure.
Pseudo swords. I'm telling you. You get a sword, so it still performs all the actions. You can cut bushes, you can knock enemies out of the way, but it doesn't actually deal any damage.
Nah, just get your hammer and swing it like a sword. Easy.
Alright, I do have Vilxs wanting to come chit-chat.
Hey, we'll hop out. Thanks for the restream. I'm gonna go eat my carne asada fries now.
Enjoy!
See you later.
GG's. Alright, give me 1 second.
I'm I'm gonna step away for a quick moment here. I'll
Yeah,
be
go
right
for it.
back.
Swordless bad? No. Swordless good. Swordless fun, right? And we do welcome. I called you by the wrong name and I was quickly corrected, but I really want to hear it coming from you, so I know if I was still saying it right or wrong. How do you pronounce your name?
Well, you can say in Spanish it's more like Vilxs, but
Okay.
you can say Vilxs. Like Vilxs is fine for me.
Okay. Well,
But yeah, GG.
GG's. This was a pretty interesting back and forth for sure between the two of you. It was
Yeah,
kind of hard to determine
I-
where things were going to end up until more towards the end.
I kind of thought I had it honestly. I don't usually do. It's in guard route, but like everything was just there. So I don't know. It felt like I was doing alright.
Yeah, you saved a bit of time here or there just because you got to one shot desert. You got to one shot pod while Locke did dip into those. So Locke had boots like pretty early in the seed, like 30 minutes earlier than you. But in Swordless, I don't really feel like that makes up as much time compared to like a regular mode, just because you can't dash through enemies. So, and then towards the end, it was really more apparent how close you guys were. You were both heading. You both did Pyramid Ferry into front of Castle for Go Mode Flute, roughly around the same time. I think Locke was there first, but Locke still had to go back and do Desert, and then your lead slowly started slipping away. Just, I think it was because of you not having a full set of arrows for Vidi, and then you running stocking up on arrows and bombs and stocking up on potions before going to GT, and then unfortunately the right left GT routing didn't help either. So
Okay, I see. I just didn't thought about Betrayals really that much, and then I was there and I was like, well, this is a problem.
Mhm.
So that's
You
why
did-
I was trying to do Hammer, but it
Yeah.
didn't really work out.
that was when we noticed your arrow count. I was like, okay, all you have to do is stand in the goo and then just wail with your hammer, and you'll get a few kills in, enough that you can finish off with the silvers. And you had plenty of safeties at the time, so it was good to see that was working for the most part. But
Yeah, it was still really slow.
did you pick up the arrow pot in the Meyer lobby? There's one.
No, I don't think
There's
so.
a pot that has a bunny beam under it. It's like one of the first pots
Yeah.
to run into. Has a 5-pack right there. That's like the
Oh.
only one I know about that is along the way.
At that point, it's hard to like keep track of your arrows, though, right? You're not even really looking at your arrow count when you're in Mire.
Exactly, yeah. I wasn't really paying attention to
Mhm.
that, like, at all. I
Yeah.
don't really play Swordless, like, this was
Not many
by
people do.
far-
For good
Yeah,
reason.
Yeah, it's kind of bad, but it's like my best time by miles, so I'm really proud of
Yeah.
what I did to you.
I
So,
mean, both you did very, very well. Swordless kind of just showing up to kick you while you're feeling good. Unfortunately,
basically, yeah.
But yeah, it was a good race. It was really fun to watch, and I haven't seen you race at all, so it was fun seeing a new face for me running
Fun.
and
Pretty close too. So like, yeah, it was definitely a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, I'm from the Spanish community, so I don't really play that often on especially in the league, it's our first time.
Yeah.
Then on the main tournaments, I don't even like qualify for them. We played 2 of how is it called?
The qualifiers?
The Challenge Cup.
Oh, Challenge
played-
Cup. Gotcha.
Yeah, I got like into before quarterfinals, so
Oh, and that's not
that's
bad.
all I.
So was
it's
this
not bad, but-
was this your first year like doing tournaments for this game?
No, I played like a year or 2 years ago, like the Spanish tournaments, but
Oh,
they are
okay.
really small.
Nice.
But yeah, I don't do bad, but I'm not like the greatest or the fastest racer, so that's all I can do, honestly. Like, I don't think I could have done better, so that's what I'm happy about. So
Yeah, I mean, it looked pretty good to me from what we were watching. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is definitely a good race. Y'all both did really well, given that you had that bug net. We thought that was going to be the game winner for you, because that Agatu is a real stinker.
I
For
just
sure.
don't know how to use it at all. Like, you could see it, it's so
Did
annoying.
I didn't catch it, but did you do any item dashes with it? Because the item dash with the bug net is stupid OP. Like, literally, you just
Oh,
become a running bug net. Like, every part of your body is a hitbox that will reflect it back at him if you set that up.
Okay, I've never seen. I've heard about it, but I haven't seen it. So no.
Well,
for
there's
next
something
time
to...
you play Swordless.
Yeah, next time.
You
Maybe...
mean, like, never.
Yeah.
I don't
Exactly.
really see this mode coming back next year at all. No.
I hope not.
You know, maybe
Hopefully
next
not.
time if I don't know if you do ladder at all, but maybe if you get like a mystery seed that has Swordless, then there's your opportunity.
Ugh.
Ugh, I know.
That's
No.
the correct reaction.
Well, GG's again. Thank you so much for coming and chatting, and thank you so much for letting me restream y'all's race.
No, thank you so much for the rest stream. It was fun.
Yeah, it was real good chatting with you. Thank you again as well, Gilgamesh, for coming in and doing comms last minute. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
Thank you all out there so much for watching. I'm going to throw a bunch of links in chat to both our runners and my co-com. Please go follow, support them for putting on a great show. And I think that's going to wrap it up here. So thank you all so much. Thank you.